has 4 dimensions. First are the experiences themselves. To be paralyzed and taken against one's will by strange beings into a foreign enclosure and subjected to intrusive, rape-like procedures, some of which are especially humiliating to human dignity, is obviously highly disturbing. In this light, it is surprising that abductees as a group are not more emotionally troubled than they are. Second, abductees experience a lifelong sense of isolation and estrangement from those around them. Whether or not they recall consciously many elements of their experiences, abductees feel that they are somehow different or other, that they do not belong in this society, even if, superficially at least, they seem to get along well. As children, they have commonly been told that the abduction-related events they describe are dreams, or even that they are lying. So, experiencers learn to keep these matters to themselves and feel very much alone with their experiences. One savvy 8-year-old abductee looked at me incredulously when I asked him if he told his friends about his encounters, which he was able to distinguish sharply from dreams, even when they had to do with UFOs. "No, I don't tell anybody that I don't know that well," he said. "I just don't want them to know that I have encounters. I think that a lot of people I know get scared if they hear scary stories. I guess people are like, hey, that's too weird." This boy is in fact popular with other children and his teachers, and they find nothing unusual about him. As adults too, abductees learn not to talk about their experiences, except under trusting circumstances, knowing that they are likely to be met with skepticism and false interpretation, if not outright derision. Third, abductees experience what I have called ontological shock as the reality of their encounters sinks in. They, like all of us, have been raised in the belief that we on Earth are largely alone in the universe, and that it would simply not be possible for intelligent beings to enter into our world without using a highly advanced form of our technology and obeying the laws of our physics. Abductees tend to persist in the hope that a psychological explanation for their experiences will be found, even when they tell me that what has happened to them is as real as the conversation we are having. Finally, abduction-related traumas are unusual in that they can recur at any time. Most traumas, such as war-related experiences, rape, or childhood abuse, are finite. They occur and then are over, even if they persist during a given period of time. But abductions are unpredictable, and their recurrence in an individual's life follows no foreseeable pattern. Parent abductees will commonly first seek to investigate their own experiences when they discover that one or more of their children are having abduction encounters. The discovery that they cannot fulfill their protective responsibilities as a parent will breach their denial and motivate them to confront their own buried experiences so they can be more helpful to their children. In addition to these specifically traumatic long-term effects, abductees may also suffer from a number of long-term symptoms that, though subtle, they relate to their abduction experiences. These include various fears discussed earlier, such as of hospitals and needles, as well as symptoms such as headaches, nasal sinus pains, limb pains, gastrointestinal and urological gynecological symptoms, and disturbances of sexual functioning. Jerry, Chapter 6. It is somewhat ironic in view of these pathological sequelae that so many abductees have experienced or witnessed healing of conditions ranging from minor wounds to pneumonia, childhood leukemia, and even in one case reported to me firsthand, the overcoming of muscular atrophy in a leg related to poliomyelitis. It is interesting that not all abductees experience the intrusive, traumatic procedures that have come to be seen as characterizing the phenomenon. For example, Arthur, Chapter 15. I do not think this is simply a matter of resistance or denial. Some individuals seem to be selected primarily to be instructed, even enlightened, a kind of reprogramming, as one woman puts it, by beings that are usually of the subtler or luminous sort. Perhaps these individuals, who seem to have spiritual leadership qualities, have a different consciousness, are more fearless, more willing to be out of control and move through their terror than other abductees. It is a question that deserves further study. As will be discussed